when you're told don't give up, it feels like, but why? Why shouldn't I give up? Everything hurts. This is hard. What's up, everybody? Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back to Finding Joy. We're still at it. This is episode number 4. If you've missed it, please check out from episode 1. We've been talking about all things dreams, purpose, struggles, trying to make it, all of those big things that we talk about. So please do check that out. A few days ago, I released a music video for my single, The Water. If you haven't checked that out, please check it out in the link somewhere here. Like, is it here or is it here? Wash over me, rain down and wash over me, call everything to the water, wash over me, so yeah, please do check it out. Check out the music video if you like it, share it, and do get my acoustic EP. It is out now. It's called Redemption, streaming on all major platforms. So yeah, do the right thing, support your gal, support your girl. Do we still say that? I don't think anyone says your girl anymore. Yeah, I don't know what we say. Anyway, that thing, support, do all the good stuff, yeah. So on this episode, we're gonna be talking about something that I have dealt with over the past 4 to 5 years, which is, how do you know when it's time to give up? How do you know when it's over? How do you know when it's like, listen, babes, this thing is dead. It's not coming back to life. It's over. It's starting to smell now. Decay. Ugh. It's not happening. How do you know when that moment has come? Here's the thing. Like, I think when it comes to giving up, or maybe rather letting go, I feel like letting go sounds better than giving up, because giving up has such negative connotations. Giving up sounds like you could have given more. You just chose not to. And now it's your fault that you're in the position that you are in. But letting go is like, it's more like, it's like, I don't know, it just sounds more not glamorous. It sounds more like you've thought it through. You're allowing the energies to flow and the chips to fall as they may, and all of those, fancy concepts. But at the heart of it, it's giving up, and I have toyed with that idea for a really, really long time. Like, how do you know when it's time? Whether it is in your career, in a relationship, or a friendship, or a family situation, whatever it is, whatever that situation is that you kind of feel like you've been fighting, like you have just been, like you're tired. It's just, the hill has been like this, and you like crawling up this hill and like your thighs are burning. How do you know when it's time to let go? So I cry a lot. Crying is like, I always tell everyone, that's how I process. So I cry when I'm angry, I cry when I'm sad, I cry when I'm overwhelmed, I cry when I'm stressed. I don't really cry when I'm happy. I can't really, At my wedding, I cried. I think it was a mixture of happy tears and what the heck am I doing? This is actually happening. So I have had many crying sessions with my mom and other people, in my life who have had the awkward experience of having to watch me ugly cry when it comes to this whole career, art, music thing. And usually at the end of those conversations, I am sort of given a similar sort of response, which isn't bad, which is, don't give up, keep going, there's something there, God's got you, like, and I'm not saying those things are not true, but it's like, at that time, like, I'm bleeding, I've been beaten up, not literally, you know what I'm saying? Like, things are rough, and it's like, when you're told don't give up, it feels like, but why? Why shouldn't I give up? Everything hurts. This is hard. And there's many times where I have faced that, where it's like, sure, I don't know if I should still be doing this thing. Is it time to give up? And I always think the moment where you decide to break up with someone, or quit on your studies, or move to a different city, or cut off a family member who's been toxic to you. Remember how toxic was such a trendy word last year? Anyway, but yeah, cut off a family member who's had toxic behavior towards you, whatever it is. I feel like there's a certain moment where you kind of just know. But I'm like, how do we know that the moment has arrived? How do you know whether you've missed the moment? Whether you were supposed to do this thing, but you didn't. And now you're kind of just in this endless loop of, I don't know what I'm doing, this sucks, but I don't know how to get out, you know what I'm saying? And then how do you know if the moment hasn't arrived and maybe you're just having a bad day? or a bad week or a bad month or a bad year or a bad life? How do you know when this is not working out? Like, you need to do something else. I don't know what the answer is. I don't know whether it's at the point where you say enough is enough, I'm done, because you might feel like that on a Monday, and on a Wednesday it doesn't feel as bad as it did on Monday. But at the same time, you might be just building up a tolerance, which might not be the best thing that you should be doing. Maybe you should be at the point where you say, I'm not taking anymore, and I think that's just for all of us to kind of figure that out, for ourselves. And I mean, I am very much a gut person. I'm like, what is, let me not say I'm very much a gut person. So I'm the kind of person who, after the prayers and, doing the maths and, figuring out what's what, there's that moment where I need to know what's my gut telling me, like instinctively. I feel like it all comes together there, for me at least. And I've often use that to make my decisions, because at the end of the day you have to give a yes or you have to give a no, right? And so after all of that, because unfortunately I wish it was this way, unfortunately God is not going to come and write on the wall, this is what you should be doing. Like, that's not how it works. There's wisdom, there's knowledge, there's prayer and consultation, and there's also just logic and using your brain and just being like, hey, maybe you should pay rent instead of going to that show that's 300 kilometers away and they're not paying you. Maybe you should pay your rent rather, so you can come and have a place to stay. You know what I mean? I think there's logic and all of that stuff. And so you put that all together and you try and make a decision. But when it comes to this area of quitting or not quitting, it's always been really hard for me. And I don't know if it's because I'm just so used to doing a certain thing that the idea of doing something else is scarier. So let's just stick to this and say, I'm not giving up. I don't know. Or maybe I'm not supposed to give up. Maybe this is about perseverance and all of that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Which brings me to what I think is the scariest thing when it comes to choosing to give up on something. Again, you fill in the blank on what that thing is. The scariest thing is not the fact that you feel like you've wasted time or wasted your life, or, now you are at a certain place when you could have been at a different place. I think the scariest thing is trying to figure out what's next. Where to from here? I've been in this situation for so long. I actually cannot imagine anything different. I don't know how to place myself in a different situation, doing a different thing with a different person, or again, you fill in the blank. I think that's the scariest part. At least that's been the scariest part for me. Admitting where I'm at was fine, but actually saying, sure, if I walk away from this situation, what do I do next? That's the scary stuff. That's the stuff nightmares are made of. And when I'm talking about giving up, guys, I'm not talking about, where you started a diet 2 hours ago and now you want to give up. I'm talking about where it's been blood, sweat, and tears. Those like weight loss shows where this person is doing everything, but every time they step on the scale, it's not coming down. And like that desperation of like, what am I doing wrong? I just want to give up. But if I give up, then what? It's that thing I'm talking about, where it's like, dude, I think when you are dealing with serious life issues and the decisions you make will have huge implications, the idea of giving up on whatever situation and starting something new or starting something different is terrifying. It is scary. At least it is for me. And I'm trying not to be scared because I think if we remain afraid, then we don't grow. We don't see what God has in store for us. So it's almost like there's two fears at play. On the one hand, you're afraid to leave because what's next? And you're afraid to stay because what if this doesn't actually work out? I don't know, guys. I'm just here to say these are the things that I think about a lot, and I'm just like, surely someone else thinks about these things. And if you're one of those people, let me know in the comment section, how do you know when it's time to quit on something? You can use whatever example. Like, how do you know when it's like, we're done here, like it's a cut, we are done? Maybe you can help someone else who might read that. Thank you so much for watching, guys. I will see you on the next episode where we're going to talk about that part, which is where to from here. Is it too late to start over? I've been toying with the idea of starting new things in my own life and what that means and what are the implications. And all I keep thinking is, but I think I'm too old, but isn't it too? And I'm like, but wait a minute. Who said it's too late?
If your heart breaks in the same place, is it still a heartbreak? Is it still a heartbreak?
Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to leave a comment, like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it. Please do support the music, go stream. And if you can purchase it digitally, that would be awesome. But if you stream, I also accept that. That's fine. Just don't send me a message saying, Lily, please send me the song via WhatsApp. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. It's not okay that you're asking me that. It is not okay. That's like going to Pick and Pay and with your plate from home, and then you put the chicken and you expect to just walk out. That's what you're asking me to do. Anyway, thanks so much for watching, guys. Peace out. Much love.